Do you see what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and normal? You girl.
The James Harden.
Like what?
Like
I don't play certain type games.
Yeah.
So even I see certain, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just say it.
See the comment.
Push up on me with it. You know what I'm saying?
Slim Thug just blew the lid off the one named Lil Baby has been desperate to hide for years. Mike Rubin. Forget the whispers, forget the blogs. Slim didn't tiptoe around it. He looked dead at the camera, smirked like he was holding a golden ticket, and dropped a bomb. He straight up linked Lil Baby to an alleged secret affair with music executive Mike Rubin, and the way he said it, you could tell he enjoyed every second of it, and now fans are shook. Slim didn't just hint, he flat out made it seem like Lil Baby's street tough image is nothing more than smoke and mirrors. People caught that sly grin and started replaying the clip over and over, saying Slim knew exactly what he was doing. It wasn't no slip, it was a straight shot. But here's where it gets crazy. Lil Baby is losing it, ranting online, snapping on anyone speaking on his name, and even throwing out threats like he's ready to put hands on Slim Thug if they ever cross paths. He's moving reckless, like a man with something big to hide, and fans are starting to connect the dots. The streets are buzzing heavy now. Was Lil Baby's whole rise to fame really built on Mike Rubin's influence and deep pockets? If Slim's accusations are true, it flips Lil Baby's whole identity upside down. The tough guy from the block might just be the industry's biggest kept secret, a rapper backed by a billionaire sponsor the whole time. Now, Lil Baby is usually the type to ignore internet noise, but when Slim Thug dropped that video, it was like his worst nightmare had just come alive. Suddenly, all those whispers he's been ducking for years came rushing back, and that's when he lost it. He jumped on his IG stories and started throwing shade with a cryptic post saying, "Dudes love talking until ish gets real." Then what? He deleted it fast, but it was too late. The blogs had already grabbed the receipts and plastered them everywhere. The post didn't name drop, but fans knew exactly where the smoke was headed. Those who've been watching closely didn't even need a translator. They were like, yeah, he's talking about Slim Thug. And once that connection clicked, the internet detectives went wild, digging through both Slim's and Baby's pages, zooming in on captions, likes, sly emojis, anything that could prove the shots were flying back and forth. And that's when things really started to heat up. Slim Thug, who had already been side-eyeing Lil Baby for months, seemed more than ready to double down. People noticed he's been sliding shade into interviews, reposting memes, and acting like he's sitting on secret receipts just waiting to drop them. Fans swear this isn't random beef. Slim had been plotting his move, and Lil Baby's latest antics just gave him the excuse. So what exactly lit Slim Thug's fuse? According to insiders, it was all triggered by an outfit Lil Baby rocked on stage, a flashy performance look that showed off his thighs and had Slim grinning like he just cracked the code. For Slim, that clip was all the proof he needed.
We ain't going for it. We stand in our era. We going with the G. We work on cars. You know what I'm saying? We change all. We do all the real man shit. You feel me? We ain't influenced by nothing else.
The missing piece in his claim that Lil Baby isn't the street-bred, hard guy he sells to fans, but instead a sugar baby tied up with powerful men like Mike Rubin. For those who haven't seen it yet, the outfit in question was wild. Lil Baby stepped out rocking a tight little tank top, short shorts, and a flashy pink belt strapped across his waist like he was hitting a fashion runway instead of a rap stage. The clip instantly went viral, with fans giggling, screen grabbing, and turning whispers into full-blown debates. Some even jumped straight into labeling him with wild claims, sparking a wave of Lil Baby is gay comments that spread faster than wildfire. And that's when Slim Thug pounced. The moment that look hit the internet, Slim slid online with zero hesitation and went off. He wasn't laughing, he wasn't playing, he looked straight up furious. Brow furrowed, voice sharp. Slim barked into the camera that Lil Baby was everything wrong with hip-hop right now, blasting the outfit like it was a crime against the culture. His words cut heavy, and you could literally feel the irritation dripping through the screen. But Slim didn't stop at Baby. In the middle of his fiery rant, he threw stray shots at young Jock too. Slim brought up Jock's infamous cropped sweater moment on stage, the one where his stomach was peeking out, and used it as Exhibit B of rappers turning hip-hop into a comedy show instead of keeping it raw and masculine. Fans couldn't believe he was dragging other artists into the fire, but Slim was clearly on a mission to scorch anyone stepping outside his definition of real rap. The internet ate it up. Memes, reaction videos, and think pieces were flying everywhere. People were split. Some thought Slim was just being a hater stuck in the past, while others agreed he was exposing the truth about the industry flipping its image for clout. Slim made it clear he wasn't just clowning Lil Baby's outfit. Nah, to him it was deeper. He framed it as proof that Baby's hiding something much bigger beneath the tough guy image. And the craziest part? The internet immediately pulled receipts that made Slim look like he wasn't lying at all. Fans dug up that infamous photo, Lil Baby and Michael Rubin shoulder to shoulder, smiling like they just shared a secret. The body language was tight, Rubin's arm lingering close, Baby leaning in, and the angle of the shot had people screaming it wasn't just a friendly flick anymore. To the naked eye, it looked harmless, but once Slim's accusations started circulating, the vibe shifted.
How they got y'all dressing? Do you see what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and no, you girls. You is all the way girls, man. Following y'all favorite rappers. DRAGS, my brother. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's in the flu in my era. I'ma just say that, man. You know what I'm saying? You better put your towel tee on or something, man. Before y'all be doing all this other, y'all turning all the way to girls. What the, like even the girls know it. The girls look at y'all like girls. It's weird, bro. Like, I don't know what happened.
Suddenly, folks were treating it like a ritual caught on camera, not just a casual hangout. And then, boom! Right on cue, 50 Cent jumped in. He reposted the picture with a shady caption that basically said, "What the F is going on here?" That single move blew the lid off the situation. Because once 50 pokes fun, the whole industry starts watching. Overnight, the internet spun into a frenzy. Memes, theories, and jokes spread like wildfire. Before long, fans weren't just talking, they were digging. People resurfaced clips, old interviews, and blurry photos, piecing together what they claim is proof that Michael Rubin and Lil Baby's relationship stretched way past the studio boardroom and maybe slid into something far more intimate. That one picture became Exhibit A, the smoking gun that had people convinced the whispers about a sugar daddy situation weren't so far-fetched after all. And from that moment, every single photo of Lil Baby and Rubin together got re-examined like evidence in a courtroom. Fans zoomed in on hand placements, side glances, even matching outfits. Anything that looked too cozy. But one picture in particular had the internet convinced they'd finally cracked the code. But before we dive into the pile of receipts, we need to talk about this alleged sugar daddy himself, Michael Rubin. Most people think of Michael Rubin as just a music executive, but those who know the game know better. He's been tied to shady dealings behind the scenes, especially when it comes to his connections with powerful men in entertainment. His name has popped up around those infamous all-white parties. Yeah, the same kind Diddy used to throw. And anyone who knows what goes down at those events already gets the picture. But here's where it gets wild. In the last few years, whispers have grown louder about how Rubin seems locked in on one artist in particular, Lil Baby. It's like wherever Baby shows up, Rubin isn't far behind. At the club, at the courtside seats, on the private jets, there's Mike, either grinning in the background or pretending to just blend in with the scene. But fans noticed, and they're saying his support feels a lot more personal than professional. And the deeper you look, the clearer it gets. Rubin's fingerprints are everywhere in Baby's career moves, introducing him to billionaire circles, plugging him into opportunities most rappers could only dream of, and maybe even keeping him untouchable when drama pops up. But Slim Thug swears it's bigger than just money or business favors. He claims Rubin's influence is shaping Lil Baby himself, the way he moves, the way he dresses, even his sudden changes in style and image over the last few months. That's why Slim's latest rant hit different. It wasn't just jokes. He painted Lil Baby as someone living under Rubin's shadow, and fans started saying Slim basically ripped Baby's mask clean off. Remember that viral performance video Slim went off about? People weren't just clowning Baby for the short shorts and pink belt. No, sharp-eyed fans spotted something else. Fresh new tattoos running across his thighs. Normally a tattoo wouldn't be a big deal, but on Lil Baby, this one hit like a flashing neon sign. For years, Baby built his image around being ink-free. He even said it himself in interviews. He didn't want tattoos because, in his words, they could make him look ghetto, which might mess with his future business moves when he eventually stepped away from rap. That logic always made sense to fans, until now. So why the sudden switch up? Out of nowhere, Baby pulls up on stage with not just one tattoo, but several. Big, bold pieces sprawled across his thighs. One read 90s Baby in giant letters, while another spelled out CBF running down his lower leg. For an artist who swore up and down he'd never get ink, it had people scratching their heads and saying, something doesn't add up. The internet did what it always does. Zoomed in, took screenshots, and turned those tattoos into breaking news. Within hours, social media was filled with wild captions and theories, the most popular being that these weren't just tattoos, they were brands. Some even joked he was marked property, saying the ink looked like proof he was Mike Rubin's so-called boy toy. Suddenly, it wasn't just about artwork, it was about ownership. That's when things hit a boiling point, and Baby realized he couldn't just sit back in silence. He finally addressed the rumors, but instead of clearing the air, his explanation only made the whispers even louder. His tone was shaky, his words didn't match up, and fans felt like he was dodging instead of answering. And once he opened his mouth, people immediately pivoted to another angle, his love life. If he wasn't being honest about his tattoos, then maybe he wasn't being honest about who he was really sharing his personal life with either. Suddenly, fans were comparing timelines, pulling up old photos, and re-examining every connection between Baby and Rubin. At first, Baby tried to brush it all off. He denied any funny business with Rubin, and when pressed about that infamous cozy photo, he tried to wave it away like it was nothing. So here's how Lil Baby tried to spin it. He said that infamous picture of him and Mike Rubin was nothing but play wrestling that just got snapped at the wrong angle. He even doubled down on Lil Yachty's podcast, claiming he had security footage that would clear his name once and for all. But here's the problem. He never dropped the footage. Not a single clip, not even a blurry screenshot. And to the internet, saying you've got receipts but keeping them locked up is just as good as a guilty confession. And that's when the situation got explosive, because his own baby mama Jada Cheeves decided to step into the fire. She revealed the real reason she walked away from their relationship wasn't just drama or cheating scandals. It was deeper. Jada said she kept trying to make things work, but eventually had no choice but to leave once Lil Baby showed his true colors. She didn't spill every detail, but the way she said it had people convinced she was hinting at his ties with Rubin. Fans instantly linked her words back to Slim Thug's Accusations, saying Jada had basically just confirmed the whispers without naming names. And then came another twist. Instagram model Teresa Levy hopped on a podcast and aired out her own encounter with Baby. According to her, when they hooked up, he did some things that left her convinced he wasn't just into women. She carefully worded it, but made it clear she suspected Lil Baby might actually be bisexual. Those two revelations, Jada dropping hints and Teresa backing it with her own story, sent the internet spiraling into overdrive. Now it wasn't just Slim Thug talking. It was women close to Baby painting the same picture, and fans were suddenly convinced this wasn't gossip anymore. It was the truth leaking out piece by piece. Jada didn't even need to spill the full tea. The hints alone were enough to have people buzzing. But what happened next? That's what really pushed the sugar daddy whispers from rumor to reality. Here's the kicker. Folks have been side-eyeing Mike Rubin's role in Lil Baby's life for years. But the breaking point came when Baby's own gambling story resurfaced. For those who missed it, Lil Baby once admitted he blew through over $9 million in just 2 days during a wild gambling spree. That kind of money disappearing overnight had fans shocked, but the bigger twist was what happened after. When the casinos saw Baby spiraling, guess who came to the rescue? Mike Rubin. According to Baby himself, Rubin stepped in and personally made calls to get him banned from multiple casinos so he couldn't place another bet. At first glance, it looked like a billionaire friend doing damage control. But once fans connected this to all the other receipts, it started to look way different. Like Rubin wasn't protecting Baby out of love, but protecting his investment. And that's when comparisons started flying. People line this up with the way Clive Davis allegedly managed Diddy back in the day. Fans said Rubin and Baby's bond felt eerily similar, with Rubin making sure Baby never embarrassed him in public or risked the empire he was helping build. And if you know how the Diddy-Clive Davis saga ended, you know exactly why people think Lil Baby might be walking straight into the same dangerous trap. Meanwhile, Slim Thug isn't letting this cool down. He's still online stoking the fire, dropping shady hints, reposting old clips, and taunting Lil Baby by daring him to finally say his name directly. Slim looks like he wants the smoke, while Baby's silence just keeps making him look cornered. And that's the part that's got everybody scratching their heads after all the rants, the subs, the shady IG posts. Lil Baby just went ghost. No tweets, no stories, no interviews, nothing. In this game, silence usually means one of two things. Either you're plotting something massive behind the scenes, or you've run out of things to say because the truth is too close for comfort. But here's the problem. When Slim Thug keeps pushing, when Mike Rubin's name refuses to leave the trending list, and when fans keep digging up fresh receipts out of nowhere, silence starts looking less like strategy and more like guilt. The streets are saying it straight. Every day, Lil Baby stays quiet, the louder the whispers get. So now, the million-dollar question is burning up the timelines. What is Lil Baby really protecting? His image or Mike Rubin? Because if Slim drops even one more solid receipt, this story could explode from messy IG shade into a career-shattering expose that nobody in hip-hop could ignore. The tension is thick, the rumors are wild, and it feels like we're standing right on the edge of a bombshell. So what do you think? Is Slim Thug just chasing clout, or did he really crack the code on Lil Baby's deepest secret? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tapped in, because what's coming next in our hood might just flip the whole industry upside down.